Hi, I'm Tom for SOAPBOX and you are watching Gigs with Glenn.
SOAPBOX in the flesh.
How's it going, Glenn?
Transmit 2026.
Aye.
Feeling good to be here.
It's good to be back, man. Happy to be in front of a Glasgow crowd again.
Totally.
We missed you.
Last time I saw you, you were headlining Tenement Trail just last year in St Luke's. That song got to be a lot of fun.
Aye, that was mental. That was 2 gigs in 2 hours in the East End of Glasgow, which, if you know, it's quite a lot of energy to put out. But we had an absolute blast. Like 2 very different kinds of shows, going from like an old church to like a wee pub cellar kind of vibe. But like it's kind of like rooms we like playing, so it was a lot of fun.
Exactly. That's just the SOAPBOX energy.
Aye.
We tried to get into that one. Failed miserably.
It's a hot ticket, man.
It was. But it's got to be a good feeling for you.
Yeah, it was really nice. I mean, just we've been playing the Glasgow circuit for so long now that like it's so cool to see like the same faces popping up again and all that. And it was just such a lovely day. Just love like Tenement Trail, and like you get to see like all the bands that you kind of come up with and like new bands you met along the way and stuff as well.
Exactly.
So always a good day out.
That's cool. But SOAPBOX is known as SOAPBOX now, but back in the day they were known as Tusk Invaders.
for one gig only.
One gig only.
Yeah.
What gig was that? Was that the one in the cricket club? Or the one supporting the Illicits from Manchester?
It was Prestwick Cricket Club,
Mad.
and it was for Aidan's just his like college project. He had to put on a gig, and we didn't have a name or even 5 songs yet, so we just called ourselves the Tuscan Raiders and did a Proclaimers cover and got on with it. Yeah.
Proclaimers cover by SOAPBOX.
Yeah.
So your Gallus obviously just did a Letter from America thing for the World Cup, but you guys did that first.
Aye, you had it here first with the originals. It was 500 miles because it's 3 chords, you know.
Classic. Well, tell us about your energy on stage, because you are one chaotic frontman. What's the plan behind it? How do you get in that space?
I don't know. I think it's like a lot of like, I've never tried to look cool on stage or anything like that. That's not really my MO. I just like kind of using it as a place to put out a lot of energy, get yourself nice and buzzed up, get yourself hyped up, bit of caffeine and go crazy, you know. Like I'm a big fan of like everything, like from Iggy Pop to like Tyler Creator, folk that just like have a good level and not take themselves seriously and just letting them do whatever they want to do to their music. So sometimes you dance, sometimes you just swing yourself about or throw yourself at someone. It's
fair.
How the mood takes you, you know?
That's cool. What about your old band Drop the Baby? Was that the energy?
Yeah, it was like kind of like a pretty heavy punk band. I was playing bass in that though. I wasn't the singer.
Oh really?
I was the bass player, and they said I wasn't getting enough attention. So no, I miss Drop the Baby. It was a good band, but we've all gone to do different things. But Mark Cochran, who was the lead guitarist in that band, is now like a mad famous like hardcore DJ and all that.
Oh really?
So, yeah, he's into his techno, like does all these big rooms and stuff, flies around the world.
Crazy.
So different paths, but he's doing very well. So.
That is a big change.
Yeah.
Big change for a punk band.
Yeah. Well, his music's heavier than it was in Drop the Baby anyway. So yeah. We got to. It was quite nice. We played a gig in the engine rooms down in the South Shields, North Shields or South Shields, one or two. And he was doing this like massive big club in Newcastle. So we went to that afterwards and got to hang out, which was quite nice. Just both still doing our thing. Fun.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about like what you've got released on Spotify. So way back when you released Private Public Transport, but the train got delayed.
It did, yeah.
Was it on purpose?
It was, yeah. I broke my elbow pretty badly and ended up having to get surgery and stuff like that, and
wow.
we like delayed that all going on. There was a few other reasons as well. It just wasn't right, but I wasn't going to be able to do a gig for like, I think it was like 3 months or something like that, and then we put it out at the same time we did a headline up at the Garage Attic, and that was nice, but I couldn't go into the crowd because I still had stitches in and plates sticking at my arm, so
right.
Still a good show though.
You're playing a tour upcoming.
Yeah.
It's just been announced.
First UK tours coming this September, so excited to kind of do it ourselves. We've toured with a lot of great bands like around the UK in the last few years, but it's nice to do our own thing this time. So it's 10 shows up and down. We're going to hit more of Scotland than we've really got to do before, so I'm really excited.
So where can people find you?
Can find us in Aberdeen, Inverness, Dundee and Edinburgh in Scotland. We've got some shows down in England as well. There'll be plenty going on, but that'll be on sale.
You'll be flying about the place?
Yeah, we're used to it now. We toured pretty heavily the last 2 years. So,
you have.
I would just love it, man. I like being out on the road. We're like a live band first and foremost, so that's, if you want to hear what SOAPBOX sound like, you need to come to our show. So
I can vouch for that.
Aye, buy it.
Well, you mentioned Inverness there. You got many stories from Inverness with Dead Pony.
Aye, so the first gig we had outside of Glasgow, we did did with the guys in Dead Pony up in Inverness. It's the start of their UK tour, and a great wee room, the Tooth and Claw in Inverness, awesome wee pub, and they so played the show. Obviously we were pure buzzing with it, and ended up drinking £2 off brand Jaeger bombs afterwards, and ended up in some shite wee pub down by the river, and Aidan got chucked out for trying to get the cover band to play DMAs or something stupid like that. But we had the Glasgow show the next day at St Luke's, and that was like the biggest gig of our lives, and up to that point, and we were all suffering very, very badly on the mega bus back down to Glasgow because none of us could afford the van.
The mega bus, that's a memory and a half.
R.I.P. man.
Crazy man.
Never again.
Well, thank you for chatting, and make sure you get your tickets to SOAPBOX upcoming tour. You got to be there. Nice one.
Right.
See you tonight.
Cheers Glenn, see you soon man.